All right, guys, listen, I am so super excited today to talk to my brother. We have seen him over the last couple of years. He has really been everywhere. He's been super busy after kind of bursting onto the scenes of the gospel industry a few years ago. And he is really making his mark. And, he's such a great friend of the show. And right now, celebrating the release of his sophomore project, LifeMusic Stage 2, which has just spent the second week as number one on the Billboard charts. And I'm talking about none other than Jonathan McReynolds. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Chandra. How you been?
I'm good. Thank you for talking with us today, as always.
I appreciate it. I love you. I'm grateful to be on the show.
Listen, first of all, I have to say congratulations on everything, Jonathan. I mean, your music, your ministry, everything, all the success that God has blessed you with. Listen, we're so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, God has been really good. I'm just grateful. Certainly do have a blessed life, and I just trying to handle it as best as I can.
So now we're here today talking about your latest release, which is your sophomore project, LifeMusic Stage 2. And for anybody that might have been under a rock a couple of years ago that don't remember or that's not aware, can you just give us the explanation of exactly what life music is?
Yeah, life music to me is it's always been kind of a compilation of a lot of prayers and thoughts and conversations that I've had just in life. It's not something that these are songs that I didn't always get in a church experience, and they're not even written for the church experience. They're definitely written for the Christian life after we leave church. And so this is the stuff that we go through. It's realizing just how human we all are, and then the answers, the incredible answers that Jesus, that Christianity gives to that humanity. I put it into music.
And so with this CD, which is your sophomore project, did you feel like you still had more to share, more to say from the original conversation of your debut CD?
Yeah, you know what? I think because it's such a snapshot of my life, I think as my life changes, as I mature or maybe even progress or digress, depending on just how things are going, I think, my life will always shift and change, and so my music will as well. And so I think being 25, 26 now, as opposed to being 21, 22, that difference hopefully is seen in the music, not only the quality of it and the different friends and collaborations that I have and I've gotten over the years, but just the lyrical content. There's a different level of expectation and pressure on my life, on my ministry, on my career. There's a different perspective when it comes to grace and love and standards and all that other stuff. So I think it's all portrayed in my music.
And so you just mentioned some of the collaborations that you had on this project, and one that we know that really stands out is with someone that has been a personal influence of yours musically, and that's Miss India Ari. Can you tell us a little bit about what that feeling was like, collaborating with someone you've admired for years?
It was awesome. I think I'm always a little slow to really catch things, to really embrace them and realize the moment. But it was certainly an amazing experience, certainly something that I never would have dreamt of. And, it was really cool that we think alike musically on a lot of things. And I think it was really just a match made in heaven, literally, because when it all came together, we realized that, we have not just done a song, we've kind of created a lifelong relationship, lifelong friendship that hopefully a lot of music will come out of.
And as I said at the beginning of the interview, Jonathan, you are super busy. You're doing a lot. You just finished up a tour. And in addition to being a full-time recording artist, you're a teacher. You received your master's degree this year. So congratulations on that. And you teach at your alma mater, Columbia. So what's next? Is there anything that's left on the to-do list?
Well, you know what? I think the theme of the album, even though it's called LifeMusic Stage 2, the theme of it was really embodied by, I think, track 4, which is called Maintain. And I think it's one thing to get to a place of effectiveness, one thing to get to a place that you feel like you've done well and you've been successful. It's another thing to maintain that and to stay there. So even though there are definitely a few things including like a nonprofit that I'm doing called Elihu Nation that I will add over time once I get a break in that mental space. I think the next endeavor is to maintain what God has, given me, and to really be able to make sure that this is not just a flash in the pan, a shooting star, but really, allow God to make this pedestal something, or this platform rather, make it effective and over a long term. So that's where I'm at. Just Lord help me maintain it.
All right, again, everybody, we're talking to Jonathan McReynolds, and he's talking to us about his sophomore project, LifeMusic Stage 2, and it just celebrated its second week as #1 on the Billboard chart, so congratulations. Jonathan, can you give everybody all of your info so they can stay connected to you?
Absolutely. You know what? We have a website, JonathanMcReynolds.com. We also have an app on Google Play and iTunes, the Jonathan McReynolds app. There's tour dates and exclusive content there. Of course, the big three, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm on all three places. We have some incredible, cool content, cool videos on YouTube, including some of the live in-studio sessions that went into making this new album. So please go check it all out.
All right, so I reached out to some of your fans, Jonathan, and I asked them if there was anything that they wanted to know about Jonathan McReynolds, the man behind the music. So I hope you're ready to answer a few questions.
Let's do it.
All right, question 1. How would you describe your music in one word?
Transparent. Yeah.
How would you spend your ideal day?
Part resting, part ESPN and Comedy Central, part playing basketball, part making music.
Okay, after working with one of your influences, Miss India Ari, and some of your own personal mentors, who would you like to collaborate with next?
If I had my druthers, I would love to work with John Mayer or Common. Those people I've admired since high school. So, that'd be cool for me.
I think that will be a great collaboration. We would love to hear that. All right, Jonathan, choose one of the two, a Fender Rhodes or a Gibson acoustic.
Fender Rhodes or Gibson acoustic. Well, when it comes to acoustics, I actually like Taylor's a little bit more than Gibson's. I have a Gibson electric, which is amazing. But when it comes to acoustics, I like Taylor. So I guess I go for the Fender Rhodes. Can't go wrong with that.
Okay, last but not least, one thing that your fans might not know about you.
I'm an open book. Everybody should know everything about me, but I guess people would be surprised meeting me that I'm not an all-day musical person. I'm way more of a nerd and the type that will Google anything and go on a whole research escapade, for a couple hours. That's just the way I am. I've been a nerd way longer than I've been a musician. So, I guess so. I wanted to be a weatherman growing up, so this musician thing surprised everybody in my family.
All right, guys, so listen, make sure that you pick this up. This is a great CD. I'm telling you, you'll love it. I absolutely love it. And Jonathan, again, let me just thank you. We really appreciate you. I think I've told you this before, but your presence in the gospel industry, it's like a breath of fresh air. I think it was something that was needed, that we didn't know was needed at the time. So just thank you for everything that you do.
I appreciate that. You're a sister to me. I love it. Thank you.
All right, so we're about to take a listen to one of your singles because you got a couple of them out, but we're going to listen to one. Jonathan, what do you want to play?
Let's do the newest one, which is Pressure.
Perfect. So I tell you what, why didn't you set it up and introduce it?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Jonathan McReynolds. Here's my new single, Pressure. It's deep. Listen to it. God bless you guys.